Smash the like button if you believe that adding MJF to the Hurt Business is actually a bad idea because he's a bigger star than Bobby Lashley in AEW. So Bobby will never stand out ever again in this group. He's a background player now.
All right, so let's talk about Cedric Alexander going to TNA. That's a bad thing. Bobby Lashley, you're done. That's what that means. That means Bobby Lashley, you're done. You will be a forever mid-card guy in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. That's a bad thing, and it's crazy. I'm the only one who's bringing this up. Cedric Alexander going to TNA, that's a game changer for the Hurt Business. That means Bobby is done. Here's what I mean. Currently, Bobby, he ain't doing shit in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. Also, he will be a lackey very soon. Bro, here's why Cedric Alexander going to TNA, that's a bad thing, because if Cedric signed with All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling, dum-dums, that means Benjamin Shelton and Cedric would be a tag team. They would be the tag team champions, and Bobby would chase after the world title. But no, that would never happen, because now they added Max, a non-black man. They added Max to the Hurt Business. Let's be honest, Max is a bigger star than Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley will never be a bigger star than Max in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. They just added a huge shadow in the Hurt Business that Bobby would never overcome. He would never overshadow Max. Never. He doesn't have the charisma or the mic skills of Max. Bobby, he's Lurch. That's what he is. Bobby, he's Lurch. Very, very soon, Bobby will be the lackey of Max. Max told you his goals. He said he wants the Hurt Business to help him become a two-time world champion. He wants to be a world champion, you numbskulls. Where does Bobby fit into that equation? Nowhere. But if Cedric signed here, that means they would have propped up Bobby back into the main event scene. Okay, there's no point on pushing Bobby as a main eventer if Max is in the group. Max is not a tag team fake pro wrestler. Max is a main eventer in this company. That's a bad thing for Bobby. Bobby would never become a main eventer in this company, not as long as Max is in this group. Don't you get it? And I hate you pro blackies because this makes MVP look like a hypocrite. Go on YouTube. I do research before every upload, okay? Go on YouTube. Chris Van Vliet interviewed Cedric Alexander, and he asked him, do you want to rejoin the Hurt Business in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling? He said yes, he would like to. In fact, his wife said it. His wife co-signs him going to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. Go back and watch that interview. Big Swole, his wife, wanted him to go to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. She said Cedric getting released was a blessing in disguise because around that time, the Hurt Business made their debut in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. That's why she said that. She figured that Cedric was going to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. Cedric said in that interview that was the goal. That was the plan. So that's why I said that, because I know there's going to be some dumbass in the comment section telling me that, oh, Cedric doesn't want to go there. TK talked trash about his wife. Nigga, he don't care about that. That's proof, evidence that Cedric don't care. It's called business over fuck your feelings. We are adults. That was 4 years ago. Who cares? Move on, kids. That's what adults do. We get money. We get jobs. Fuck your feelings. It's about money making. That's why Cedric wanted to go there to reunite with the Hurt Business. He said they have unfinished business as a group. But yet, how come Mr. Pro Blackie, MVP, didn't vouch for Cedric Alexander, knowing that the World Wrestling Federation treated Cedric Alexander like shit in his last year in the company? So why didn't MVP look out for his fellow black man? Let me get this straight. MVP, he added a Jewish man named MJF, who's not black. You added him to the Hurt Business, which means there's no place for Cedric Alexander. Hence why he signed with TNA. He said, fuck it. Those men replaced me for Max. That's why he signed with TNA. Once again, let me repeat slowly. Cedric wanted to sign with All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. His wife, Big Swole, she wanted him to sign with All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. Do you get it? So why didn't MVP help sign Cedric Alexander to reunite the Hurt Business? He's a fucking hypocrite. Why didn't MVP look out for his unemployed fellow black man? Why? Listen, I don't care how you feel about TNA. TNA will never be bigger than All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. I'm sorry, but the truth hurts. All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling will forever be the bigger platform. People watch All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling more than TNA. They have the bigger platform. I don't care if TNA is the hotter company. Who cares? I don't make videos about TNA because talking about TNA is not going to draw me numbers. Nobody talks about TNA on YouTube. I'm sorry, but the truth hurts. I'm sure Cedric Alexander will be just fine in TNA, but that's a low-tier platform in 2025 compared to TBS, TNT. That's my point. Him reuniting with the Hurt Business, that was going to be a great move for Cedric Alexander because people were fans of the Hurt Business. I'm talking about all four men, not three, all four men. I'm talking about Cedric, MVP, Bobby, Benjamin Shelton. People loved that version of the Hurt Business. But Mr. Pro Blackie, he decided to add a white man into the group. How dare you? Like, you Pro Blackies are fucking hypocrites. It's like, bro, people were expecting Cedric to join this group. Also, seeing Max in the Hurt Business after 1 month, it looks awkward. It doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. And it's becoming lame. The fans were expecting to see Cedric Alexander. And because of that fact, we would never see Bobby Lashley as a main eventer. What part of that don't you understand? Okay, let's say Max was never added to this group and they signed Cedric Alexander. Most likely, they would have gave Cedric those tag team championships alongside Benjamin Shelton, and then you move up Bobby to the main event scene. That's how Vince McMahon booked the Hurt Business. Bobby was the main event guy, and Cedric and Benjamin Shelton, they were the tag team champions. That's how they were booked. But now the roles have been reversed. You idiots. Because look, now Bobby, he's Cedric Alexander now. How do you feel about that? Max, he's Bobby Lashley. Right now, as we speak, Tony Khan, he's booking Bobby Lashley like he's Cedric Alexander. And he's booking Max like he's Bobby Lashley. Now, do you get it? I never once heard Bobby Lashley tell us that he wants to become a world champion. No. Who said that? It was Max. Max said that. And when Max becomes a world champion, guess what, dummies? Bobby Lashley and Benjamin Shelton will be his lackeys. That's how that's going to work. Cedric Alexander, he just turned Bobby Lashley into a mid-card guy forever in All Elite Fed Pro Wrestling. That's what this signing means for Bobby Lashley, because he's not a bigger star than Max.